Most of the design entrance exams, including UCEED, NID, NIFT and all, have their process of admissions and all almost ending in the next 2 months. So as part of that, UCEED's second round of allotment has been published today. We will look into this and you can find some more updates regarding other related institutions that you can apply if you want to get into design courses in India. Hello everyone, this is Suraj and you are with THiNC Institute of Design. So the second round seat allotment of UCEED for B.DES courses have been published. The admission programs into IIT Bombay, Delhi, Guwahati, Hyderabad and IIT DM Jabalpur. You can find this in the UCEED's official website. I would request the host to please share the website link in the live chat box. You can find a document which is mentioned here, click here. You can download it and find the further instructions which are to be followed if you are selected. Please note, once you are selected, you have to pay something that's called as the seat acceptance fee. The seat acceptance fee has to be paid within 26th of May. Please note, if you have already got admission in the first allotment, and if you have paid the seat acceptance fee, you need not pay it again. It is something that has to be done only once. Now, if you have got an allotment this time in the second round, you will have to choose between freeze and float. There is a lot of confusion and misconception related to freeze and float. We'll be clearing it in this particular video. If there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask us in the live chat box. I would be happy to answer. So this is a screenshot of that particular document which you get when you go into the UCEED's website. You can see the last ranks, opening rank and closing rank and down. Opening rank for open category, that is students who belong to the general category, almost remains the same. There hasn't been any change in this. Those students who've got fresh allotments, you can see here the roll numbers are mentioned here. Either you can check here, either you can check with respect to your roll number, whether it is mentioned here or not. If you've got an upgradation in institution also, it will be mentioned here, or you can also log into your profile and see. Okay, those students who are concerned or are anxious about whether they would get in, what is the last rank and things like that, you can see this and compare. This thing is available in the public domain. It's available in the UCEED's website. You can go there and find this. Okay. Now, when we look at the schedule, the first round is completed, as I said before, on 10th of April. The second round is on today, that is 10th of May. And the third round would be on 10th of June. Whether there are any supplementary rounds or not, we are not sure about that. We'll have to wait for the official confirmation. And to questions like whether there was any supplementary round in the last year, yes, they did have a supplementary round last year, but we are not sure about whether it will be happening this year or not. Only if there are seats vacant and if the authority feels that there has to be admission that is to be done, then only they would come up with supplementary rounds. Now, in round 2, as I said earlier, seat acceptance fee has to be paid on or before 26th of May 2022. If you have already paid it as part of your first round allotment, please do not pay it again. You don't have to pay it again. It's only something that has to be done once. Now, coming to the freeze and float options, what is it and how has it to be exercised? When is it that you have to give freeze? When is it that you have to give float? That's what we will be looking at. Now, if you have got your first choice institute, that is, if you have given, let's say, for example, IIT Bombay as the first choice, and if you have got IIT Bombay in this particular allotment, you can very well freeze it. Freeze basically means you are accepting that particular offer and there is nothing more to be done. You will be paying the seat acceptance fee. The difference or the confusion comes when there is float option also. So for example, if you are getting your, let us say, second choice, there will be 5 choices that you can give, right? So you might have got your second or third or fourth or fifth choice. That is where the option of float comes in. Now, if you have got your second, third, fourth or fifth choices, you can either go for freeze. Freeze is obviously accepting the choice, or you can go for float. Float means you're basically accepting that particular college or institute that you have got, and you also want yourselves to be considered for the higher options that you have given, higher choices of institutions that you have given. Let me explain it by an example. Let's say, for example, you've got the third choice that you have given. So you have second choice and first choice of institute also to get in. So in the third round, if you want to be considered, if your choice number 2 and choice number 1 want to be considered, then you will have to give float. There is a lot of misconception and there is also a lot of wrong information that is going out on what is float. So if there is anyone who has got their second, third, fourth, or fifth choices, it's always best or better to give float as the option, so that in the subsequent round also your higher options, higher preferences which you have given would also be considered. Okay, so freeze basically means you are accepting the offer and you do not wish to participate further in the seat allotment. So you will get that college, you can join the college, higher options would not be considered. On the contrary, if you are taking, let's say, float in this, your higher preferences would also be considered, let's say in the next round of allotment, which is scheduled for the 10th of June. Okay. Now, what is seat acceptance fee? It's basically a confirmation that you have to give. You only have to give it once in all these 3 rounds. First round on April 10th. If you have paid it, you do not have to pay again. If it's the first time that you're getting an allotment in UCEED 2022's counseling process today, then you have to pay it. Last date is 26th of May. Now, if you do not pay, you would not be considered for any further rounds. And the seat acceptance fee would be adjusted against your institution fee, wherein you are going to pay your fees for the first year and all. Okay. And any sort of refund and all would be with respect to the admitting institutes criteria and rules. There won't be any refund post 5th of June. Please be very clear about this. Okay. Now, if you're watching the recorded session of this, please do not hesitate to ask if there are any questions, doubts and all. We would be happy to respond. Or you can also contact us at this number, 8086 111 488. For those students who are thinking of applying to the design entrance exams, which is going to happen towards the end of this year or the starting of next year, that is basically 2023 design entrance exams, you can contact us. We have our new batches for UCEED, NIFT, NID, and even architecture batches that are going on. So for fresh batches, for joining to these fresh batches, you can contact us at 8086 111 488. Okay, so that would be it in this particular session from Suraj and THiNC Institute of Design. Until we see you in the next one. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, host.